The Shapeshifter of Queens. A true story. Welcome to Stories by King Chico. Today, I bring you another spine-chilling, real-life supernatural thriller. This is a true story about a strange encounter in Queens, New York, where something or someone was not what they seemed. So sit back, relax, and listen carefully, because you never really know who's watching you. Trisha was 29 years old, a hard-working nurse living in Queens, New York. Her shifts were long and exhausting, and one particular morning at 4 a.m., she finally pulled into her driveway, desperate for rest. All she wanted was a hot bath and a few hours of sleep before heading back to the hospital. She parked her car, grabbed her bag, and headed toward the door. But right in front of it, a dog lay curled up on the carpet. Trisha sighed in frustration. She was too tired for this. Without patience, she kicked the dog lightly with her foot. The animal let out a sharp yelp and bolted into the darkness, barking as it disappeared. She barely thought about it. She just wanted to sleep. The next evening, as Trisha was getting ready for work, she walked outside and saw her father, 48 years old, drinking with their neighbor, Mr. Joey. Mr. Joey was also 48, known for his bad temper and heavy drinking. She barely acknowledged them as she headed for her car, until suddenly, Mr. Joey slammed his drink down and glared at her. "Next time you kick me again, I'll hurt you." Trisha froze. Her dad turned to him, confused. "What are you talking about?" Trisha snapped back. "When did I kick you?" Mr. Joey didn't answer. He just stared at her, his jaw clenched, his hands gripping the edge of the table. A few moments later, he simply took another sip of his drink. Trisha shook her head, dismissed it, and left for work. But something about the way he looked at her stayed in her mind. Days passed. Trisha had nearly forgotten the strange warning, until one night, just before bed. She was about to turn off her lamp when she felt something, that eerie feeling, like someone was watching her. She looked toward her window, and then she saw it, the same dog. It was standing outside on the sidewalk, staring straight up at her. Her breath caught in her throat. She reached out to close the blinds, and in that split second, the dog was gone. But standing in its place was Mr. Joey. He stood there, his head slightly tilted, watching her with the exact same unblinking stare. Trisha didn't hesitate. She ran out of her room, screaming for her father. When she told him what she saw, he stormed outside, ready to confront Mr. Joey. But when they reached his house, it was empty. He had moved out. No warning, no goodbyes. Just gone. Trisha never saw him again. But to this day, she still wonders what she kicked that night. Because whatever it wasn't just a dog. The end. Thank you for watching Stories by King Chico. If you enjoyed this true story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you have a real-life story you'd like us to feature, send it in. We'd love to tell your story. Stay tuned for more, because sometimes the people around us aren't what they seem.